Hello there and welcome to the final Blackpool Pleasure Beach vlog of 2018. It's about 8:30 in the morning and Club Pleasure Beach members are going to be enjoying a an hour's ERT on Steeplechase as part of our final day of the season event. So I'll see you around at the Pleasure Beach. So yeah, good morning from Blackpool Pleasure Beach, guys. We are heading to Steeplechase for an hour's ERT, and then we have a technical talk about Icon. There is 65 Pleasure Beach Experience members here today, and we're going to see out the season in style.
Are you on YouTube?
You will be, yeah. How was that then?
Oh, excellent, yeah, it's going well. A nice morning for it as well.
Good stuff.
Always a good one for an ERT, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Morning.
Morning.
I'm technical director. I'm an engineer by trade. I've been here now for about 24 and a half years. So just a little bit about the engineering department. We're a team of about 75 or so, including apprentices, and we're responsible for pretty much all the services coming into the park, all the unpleasant waste leaving the park, and everything in between. We also represent the project team, but we're then also the guys who are responsible for inspection and maintenance of all of the rides on the park. So at the end of a project such as Icon, we kind of get to the end of three and a half years of hard graft and go, done, finished. And we hand it over to ourselves to then look after it, inspect it, maintain it, fix it, understand it, etc, etc. So we never really get any time away from a project, unlike a lot of places. Like we were over at Leeserberg earlier this week talking to those guys about Helix, which I'm sure a lot of you will know about. So they had sort of 4 or 5 years experience of living with that ride, and we went over to kind of pick their brains and swap stories and swap issues and problems and solutions and things like that. So they have a completely separate projects department. So the projects team do their projects and hand it over to the maintenance team to look after. That sounds like quite a nice way of doing it if you're in the projects team, but it doesn't quite work like that here. So just a brief bit about Icon, as it's significant. It's opened this year. We've been working on this in earnest since the very early part of 2015, when myself and a colleague went on a European tour of manufacturers and their subcontractors' facilities. Can you hear me at the back all right, by the way? Yeah. Because we wanted to, I'll come more to the middle, we wanted to go around and assess the different capabilities of the different manufacturers and their subcontractors, because that's equally as important to us. So we went to...
Coming to the end of the 2018 season here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. For me, it's probably 10 years this year now I've been visiting this park, and it's probably been my most memorable season. Simple answer, it's that opening.
Yeah.
Just look at it. It's amazing.
It is amazing.
And yeah, no, just going back to May, when we first got on that thing and just how emotional it was on that press event. It's just ridiculous. Oh, it's incredible. It's been an incredible season. Just been in general, alongside Icon opening, I've just had a really good sort of feeling in the park this year. It's just felt like a good atmosphere. I think the staff have all been quite positive because the new ride opening. Everything's just felt really good. So yeah, overall, probably my favourite season so far being there.
Excellent. Anything in particular other than like Icon that stands out as well?
I think the staff are always really good. You know, been some really sociable staff I've spoken to this year, so big shout out to them. Yeah, I think that's it.
Excellent.
So it's been a very good final day at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Largely again thanks to this excellent ride that's going round behind me. I really do love that roller coaster. It's totally transformed this park into an even more enjoyable place to come. But yeah, it's been a good final day of the season. We started the day with breakfast in Loki's. We then had an hour's ERT on Steeplechase. We then did a Q&A session and a bit of a talk from Alex Payne, the technical director at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, who had a lot to do with the construction and sort of the commissioning of Icon, all through the very much back to when it first started to be planned. He was involved from the start, so to get his insight on it was excellent, very, very informative. And if you do watch this, Alex, a big thank you for your input and everything that you've done to create a monster of a roller coaster for this park. And we really do all love it. It is such a great coaster and an absolute credit to this park. And let's hope for something similar to come along in the next couple of years. Plenty of rumours going around, so let's see what happens. We of course love construction updates, and if something does happen, we'll be here to cover it. So we've got one last thing to do on today's event, which is the final rides of the year on the big one. We had the first public rides of the year on the big one back in February, and it's tradition to finish on the big one as well. We may have to break that tradition next year, but we'll see. Keep an eye out for the event details, we'll be sure to let you know of them. For now, let's go ride the big one last time in 2018.
That's a good trip.